Alright, got my coffee ready. Open up the chapter. Here we go. Ooh, that coffee hits the spot, let me tell you, right before reading this chapter. Alright, bringing to you chapter 1010. I can't believe it's been 10 chapters since we've reached the milestone of 1000 chapters. 1010 from One Piece called Color of the Supreme King. I can't believe I forgot that chapter. Read through it real quick. Amazing chapter with even greater feats than the last freaking chapter. Cover request. I wonder when Oda's gonna bring back the small storylines, but it's putting in eye drops because she has three eyes and it shows all the people around her doing the same thing. Now, we jump straight into the chapter right where we cut off. Big Mom falling down. Zoro just cutting up the heck out of Prometheus, giving it maximum effort, as Deadpool says. Trying to make Prometheus not rescue Big Mom. Doing his best, but Luffy messes up a little bit here. He allows himself to get knocked out by Kaido. I forgot. I'm like, by who did he get knocked out? He got knocked out by Kaido real quick, and he notices, oh, I have to. Lin literally fell to the fodder. I have to go do everything. I have to go save her now. Well, not save her. He's gonna let Prometheus go save her, and he goes to attack Zoro. So Luffy didn't get to hold him off long enough. If Luffy didn't fail here, they could have maybe let Big Mom fall, and if Luffy could have kept distracting Kaido, but. Law teleports him out of the way, saves Zoro because he didn't notice, and I think he swaps places with him. So he swaps places in a different spot of how he is. So this makes me remember that Jujutsu Kaisen fight. I don't want to say anything in case nobody's seen anything. The Jujutsu Kaisen fight where it throws you off because yes, you might be teleporting somebody within the same spot, but they're in a different angle, a different position, and a different attack coming in. So Law does, I think he does something similar to that. He switches positions and he manages to hit Kaido right in the throat with his sword. I don't know how. It doesn't look like he's using any slashing maneuver here. He's just trying to do a big area of attack that goes internally on him using his devil fruit powers. And Kaido mentions that attack, all his attacks are throwing him off. As as Prometheus and Napoleon are going to save Big Mom, Zoro's mentioning don't let him reach Big Mom. The plan's gonna be a failure. And Log rebuttal is like, it's gonna be a bigger failure if any of us get to die. So I guess Zoro was just gonna take the blunt of the attack and just keep trying to cut up Prometheus so he doesn't save Big Mom. But Kid comes in and says, that's fine. The plan was to separate them. It wasn't to, take care of one of them. So this is good enough. Me and Killer are going to go take Big Mom. And I want to see that action. I want to see that interaction of what they're going to say, how he's going to deal with Big Mom, how much damage can he do to Big Mom. I hope he does actually manage to take care of Big Mom. And then Luffy takes care of Kaido or the others. And then Kid and Killer will take care of Big Mom, or at least do as much damage as possible to keep them occupied. But yeah, Kid and Killer take the initiative and go ahead and attack Big Mom. But this interesting part happens where Prometheus saves Big Mom. She's like super close to getting to the ocean. Actually would have died if that plan worked. But Prometheus has a request, and he seems to be talking bad about Zeus and talking down to Zeus, like, he's always messing around, he always fails, he doesn't manage to do this, he doesn't do anything. I have a request. And Big Mom says, oh, what is it? So I'm thinking it's either get rid of Zeus, make him stronger, make a new one that's like Zeus, or make a different homie completely. Or it could be something completely different, like to take care of Kaido. That would be really whack. That would be throw me off so hard if it was Prometheus. But that's something like Pearl would say. We get a small panel of Kid talking about the clouds, but he looks like he's looking up at the actual mountain clouds. And this might be I'm thinking it's something else completely. I've heard of the theory that it's Zunisha. So that's how Momo can see Luffy fighting, or how he can tell Luffy's condition is because Zunisha's there, just hidden behind the clouds, and nobody can see Zunisha, even though people were speculating how big would Zunisha be in correlation to Wano, because they had to go up a waterfall for Wano. So how tall is Zunisha in this case? But we'll see what that is. I might be completely off. I'm just going off something really quickly. In my mind that people were saying. Guys, okay, this next series of events is huge for Zoro and Luffy. Okay, Luffy. Zoro's mentioning to Law, this is gonna be my final attack because we can't just be playing around anymore. We're all taking way too much damage for the amount of damage we're giving to them. Hold up, I need coffee. Coffee break. Okay, let's talk for real, guys. This hits the spot. Okay, back to the action. All right, back to the action. Zoro was mentioning we need to attack with everything we have. Now I'm gonna go and I'm gonna use my strongest attack, and I'm not gonna be able to do anything after this. We have to break through, and that wording that he said, or at least in the translation, is we need to break through. I'm thinking it's that shell. Like, he has a shell that they need to break, and that's what Zoro manages to break through with the next revelation we get. He hakis up all his swords, and he brings out, we haven't seen this attack since pre-time skip, serious maximum effort Zoro, Asura, 9-sword style Asura, and he calls it Dead Man's Game. His strongest attack to date that we've seen. Even Law manages to stay surprised at the amount of damage and, I'm guessing, speed and power that he just used on Kaido. And Kaido's so stunned, surprised that this person, a subordinate from Luffy, has also Conqueror's Haki. In the translation, they call it Color of the Supreme King, but it's Conqueror's Haki. And Zoro doesn't even know what he's talking about. That was his strongest attack, and he just freaking flops and lawn chairs to the floor after that attack. But Kaido compliments, "Oh, you did more than enough. This was so much damage, and this is gonna be like a memory. This is a scar that's gonna stay with me." The other translation used scar, but here he says, "This wound will remain with me." So I don't know if that's just a fancy way to call it a scar, but yeah, it's a scar. It's gonna stay as a scar. And the next attack Kaido does is Law goes to try and save him, but Kaido's like, "Oh no, you stay there. I'm coming to you." And he just thunder bagwas right through Zoro and hits Law too. Man, that attack, after doing 9-sword style Asura, he takes a thunder bagua from Kaido. That's extremely rough for Zoro. Zoro's gotten beat up after blocking Conquest of the Sea and taking another thunder bagua. I love Zoro's feats. Like, Oda loves Zoro. He manages to somehow make Zoro take so much damage and still go down, but go down like a badass. Alright, now it's Luffy's turn. Final section of the chapter. Everybody's fallen. Law and Zoro passed out. Kid and Killer are somewhere else. It just gives me very nostalgia vibes of different fights where, like, the last villain is left and Luffy has to step up. Luffy's beating himself up and remembering what Hyogoro said about the attack, and remembering the advanced armament haki, that it wasn't deep enough. It was not strong enough. He's mentioning to Kaido that he, like, covers things, or like he quotes things in Conqueror's Haki too, right? And Kaido just laughs because he's like, only a handful of people can do that, not runts like you. And Luffy dodges the attack, which, observation Haki, amazing that he's actually faster than him and able to dodge the attack. And then the next thing we see is Luffy and Kaido clashing He blocks the Konobo. He hits it, but he doesn't touch it. So we finally get the clash where they're not touching, but they're hitting each other. That reminds me, of course, it's a remembrance. Remembrance? It's like that time where Roger and Whitebeard clashed that we saw, and they weren't touching, and it created that giant like attack. And we see that it's not the we see I'm like here. We see that the attack is not touching. This is also that flicker of lightning that we see on every single one of the attacks. That's why in the last attack that we saw, it's radiating. We always said it's radiating so much hockey that lightning's coming out of it. No, it was actually Conqueror hockey that was coming out of it. I believe it's the combination of armament and Conqueror's hockey that makes that lightning effect. That's the attack that Kaido used on Luffy, and this is what's coming out of Luffy's hand now as he's covering it with Conqueror's hockey. I guess he's really into the moment, into fighting and concentrating so much on fighting Kaido that he's able to cover up all his attacks with Conqueror's hockey. That the lightning or that lightning effect is coming out of it. As he's hitting Kaido, Law mentions he's not even touching Kaido. How's he doing that? But that's the Conqueror's hockey, and Kaido also is so proficient in Conqueror's hockey. It seems that he can cover up his entire body in Conqueror's hockey, and that's the huge feat that he has, that he doesn't get hit or cut or attacked by anything. It's just nobody can pierce through the Conqueror's hockey because only very few people can reach. Sure, you may have Conqueror's hockey, but few people can actually reach the attack potency of penetrating his hide. And that's the end of the chapter. So Luffy mentions he's gonna take on Kaido by himself. Everybody can go on ahead. So Kid, this is why I'm thinking Kid and Killer's gonna take care of Big Mom, and Luffy's gonna take care of Kaido here in this scenario. So that's the end of the chapter. There's gonna be a break next week from what the looks of things, and predictions for next chapter are gonna be. I'm thinking we get to see maybe what Prometheus was saying. I'm thinking a Conqueror's hockey, fourth gear form or a completely new form. And I still wonder how he's going to do versus Kaido, even knowing this. But we'll see. That's it for me, guys. Hope you enjoyed the chapter review. Leave me a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Man, that was a good chapter. That was a solid chapter.